There it is. What's up, guys? Rob Solar, he gets a little bit of a pass because he's reincarnated Sean Connery, so it's just one of those things. Martin, how's it going? Trouble with Tribbles, what's going on? No rubber banding, please? Yes. Excuse me. All things Trek 47, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. The rubber banding to me doesn't seem as bad as it was, but it's still there and it's like different. I don't know how to explain it. I'm finding it's more of like a pause as opposed to shooting me back and forth. So you are Sean Connery, I know. Sean Connery mixed with what, Backstreet Boys all in one. Inside thing, guys. Yeah, so how is everybody's, is it Sunday? Jeez, what happened to Saturday? Saul, am I saying that right? How's it going, man? Good to see you. All right, so we're going to jump in to the news to start with. We got a couple giveaways planned for today. Let's talk about the big one that is been going for a week. We got a week left here. If you're not in the Discord server, there's a link down in the description. If you hit up the giveaways tab, we are doing a California class giveaway that'll be pulled next week, so 7 days from today. So I think it's actually going to be on Monday. So if you haven't got in on that, do it, and good luck to you. We'll be giving away a couple Hirogen heavy escorts throughout the stream today. They're the T5U variants. And then I will also, at the end, be giving out, as promised, either a Xbox or PlayStation gift card for $30. And that will be just one of those two platforms. And as soon as I see that CloudBot is awake, we'll start the first one. Jamie, Saturday went quick for you too. I know, I don't even know what happened. Ray of Light, I don't think I said hello. How you doing? Stelios, how you doing, man? All right, let's get the right page up here. So let's go ahead and start with the console news. So this was all covered, obviously, on PC because we were ahead of you guys. But they have released the legendary Dominion Captains Bundle. And I apologize, I didn't read through this here. So, and that'll be released, so it's not available yet. That'll be released this week for you guys on PlayStation and on Xbox. There's quite a few review videos on the overall bundle and the ship itself. So if you're considering getting the bundle, just take a look at those. Augie has some good ones, and so does CasualSAB. So I would check those two out. Goss STO also has some reviews on that as well. So check it out. Those are three good sources, and like anything, you get multiple quotes for something. Definitely get multiple takes on these bundles and ships, especially when they're at these higher dollar amounts. So that'll go live on the 26th. And in conjunction with that, there's Streamlabs. It is awake. All right. In conjunction with that, you're going to have the Gamma recruits going live. I covered this in a news video for STO, and I just went over kind of a brief kind of what you get in terms of rolling a Jem'Hadar character in general, and also rolling it as a recruit. If you don't have one, it's definitely worthwhile grabbing. So if you're on console and you don't have one of these, I would definitely roll this character. Even if you're new and you're just working on your first character or whatever it is, roll it, play through the tutorial. It'll only take you about 10 to 20 minutes, and then come back to it later. You don't have to finish it up during the event or anything like that. In your opinion, this bundle is not worth getting. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and talk about that for a moment. So if you don't have a Jem'Hadar recruit, get one. That's kind of the takeaway here. And again, if you check out the news video from, I think it was 3 weeks ago, it goes into a little more detail about what you can get, or even if you already have one, why you might want to get another one. So let's just talk about the bundles kind of in general, but because we're going to be looking at another one here in just a moment on the PC side. So for me, the ship has to be worth it and the traits have to be worth it in these bundles, because when they come out and they're on sale, they're generally half price. They generally run about $60. So you're paying double basically for a legendary ship. Question is the ship and the traits any good? The rest of the bundle to me isn't worth a lot. I mean, inventory slots are nice, don't get me wrong. So are bank slots, bridge officer slots, okay, maybe. I mean, you only really need 5 or 6 max. So and obviously your starship slots are only going to matter if you're getting, new ships, which is nice to get that along with it. But all this other stuff, all the different weapons and things like that, the million EC, the experience, it's just not worth anything. I mean, a million EC doesn't buy you anything on the exchange. I mean, I don't know about console. I know your guys' prices are a little bit different, but I can't imagine it's so much different that a million EC would really be worthwhile. Again, the experience, it's kind of whatever. The vouchers are okay, for reputation. So right off the bat. So I mean, if you have the EC and you have the vouchers and you have marks, which you would get as you're playing through on, especially on a recruit character, you'll be able to get rep gear fairly quickly. So I mean, that's nice. But again, it's just not enough, for me to buy a ship that may or may not be mediocre. And I'm not saying this ship is. It's a good ship. Some of the traits that come on it are pretty good, and it also unlocks a lockbox starship trait for rapid fire. So when I look at these bundles, I'm looking at the ship itself and the traits that come with it. The rest of that stuff is really kind of inconsequential to me. You can get a million EC just by doing Tour of the Galaxy. That's right. Yeah. So 15 minutes or less, and you can have that much. So, I mean, you can easily earn, tenfold within a day or two of doing Tour of the Galaxy and some of the other ways to farm EC. It's a great PvP ship. It's a fun ship just to fly in general. And again, the ship's okay. The traits are pretty good, especially if you're doing, cannon rapid fire with the unlockable trait that you get with it for that came on the promo version of it. But if you're not running a rapid fire build and you're not interested in that, or maybe you already have that promo ship on one of the characters, then that kind of reduces the value proposition for me. So in general, when I look at these bundles, that's really what I'm looking at, because all that other stuff, it's just kind of filler. So let's jump over to PC, because we're going to have a similar discussion, I think, over there. I'm speaking from experience. The Vanguard trait also is worth it if you want to play with surgical strikes. Yeah, and again, I'm not pooping on that particular bundle or ship. I'm talking more broadly, really, of whether it's going to be worth it or not. Because I think, Ray, you were talking about that the other night. I think on Rob's streams. The value in some of these traits and different things, I mean, they're really dependent on your build, how you're synergizing things, So if someone comes and says, all of this stuff's garbage, I mean, you should really kind of move on from that assessment. There are some things in the game that are worthless, but there's a lot of things that are subjective. It may not be quote unquote meta per se, but you still might be able to synergize that very well with the way that, you're putting a build together, and it could be very worthwhile for you. And so generally when people they'll DM me and say, hey, I need some help with a build and this and that, the first thing I'm asking them is, okay, number one, what are all the things you have? So like send me all of this stuff, and then talk to me about how you want to play the game, how you want to do a particular build, and then you can kind of navigate between what they want to do and what they have, and you can take things that I might not normally use but would be beneficial to them because that's all they have, or it mixes in with what they have already and is, extremely helpful for them. I just wish they'd sell the ship alone. Yeah, and that's really the thing, Ray. I mean, I would even pay another, I don't know, $5, $10 if it's legendary, because some of the legendary ships that have came out, they are like the best ships, in the game. Some of them, though, are like okay, and we're going to get to that here in just a moment. All right, so I'm not going to go through all of this stuff here again, because I think we did that last week, didn't we? We did some of it last... No, I'm getting mixed up because I made so many news videos last week. So there's a whole news video on this. You can read through it if you want to. The takeaway is you know, they're trying to fix the loadout stuff, all of that, which it looks like has, at least in all the playing I did last night and the night before, I did not have any loadout problems. In fact, even my batteries were staying. It was extremely, extremely nice. Lag, misactivations, overall server performance was better, but it's still definitely not perfect. And then the other takeaway for me, and most of you, if you've seen it at least, is they updated the materials on the board, cubes and spheres, and they look pretty darn good. Maybe we'll just we'll do an ISA at the end and take a look at those. All right, so next we have 20% ship sale. All ships and dry dock slots in the C store are 20% off. That's interesting. So they call it the C store here as well. It's probably a copy and paste. I go back and forth between calling it the Z store because now it's got a Z on it. This includes bundles that comprise of only ships. It does not include bundles that have other assets, essentially. The ship upgrade token bundles, and fleet modules are also 20% off. So that's not bad. And let's talk about this guy here. Yeah, let me just catch up with chat here. Make an adjustment. And, you know, we're going to go ahead also and start one of the giveaways for the Hirogen ship. Let me do that here real quick, guys. I need to reset my camera too. Bear with me just a moment. All right, so we got 5 minutes on that if anyone is interested in picking up the Hirogen Hunter. I have a build video and review video on this. It's a very inexpensive ship, but it's basically a tier 6 without specialization, and you can do very, very well with it. So exclamation point raffle in the chat if you want in. This is PC only, guys. And let me just scroll back up here. Stelios, so nice my batteries are staying now. Yeah, that was so annoying. I mean, all last week and in general, like, it's hit or miss normally, but especially last week, every single map I loaded into, I had to reslot batteries, and it was a utter nightmare. Like I said, last night and the night before, I didn't... Once I set the ship up, resaved my loadouts and those kinds of things, I did not have any problems with that. So that was really, really nice. Bundles are just too expensive for a lot of people. Yep, I agree. I feel like everything's just getting too expensive. It's outrageous. I don't even want to tell you what it costs to fill my truck up with fuel. All right, does that camera reset? There we go. All right, so the Legendary Starfleet Captain's Bundle. Again, we're dealing with, you know, basically a similar kind of bundle to what we saw before, where you get the character boost. And for some people, I know, like the Romulan one I picked up, that it was nice just being, you know, like it came with it, so it just boosted me up. On the Jem'Hadar one, not so much because you're already so close, but there are other ways to power level. So there is a value to that. It just kind of depends on who you are. But again, you know, we end up with the same kind of stuff here. And again, I think this is bundled together like this so that you have everything you need to buy vouchers, or I'm sorry, to buy rep gear, which is kind of cool, but you still have to grind up those reps which is going to give you experience. It's going to give you dilithium doing that already, and this doesn't include marks, so you're going to have to, get marks and stuff. So again, this whole thing is just, to me, is just not worth a lot. Specialization points, I mean, that's not bad, but again, 5, it's just all kind of underwhelming, I guess, is what I'm saying, the extra stuff that comes with it. So, the question is, does the extra stuff that comes with it and the fact that we're looking at a legendary ship, does that justify that extra $30 when it's on sale? And remember, too, that once this goes off sale, it most likely will never be on sale again for 50%. It'll be 20 or 25% most of the time. And at that price, at not 50%, unless the ship is just a must-have in the meta, quote unquote, or you just love it, then that becomes just way too expensive, I think, for just one ship and then all this extra kind of filler stuff. This bundle also will give you celebrity Hollow Bridge officers. So it's this list of them here. If this was account reclaimable, then that would be kind of cool. If you're into stacking your crew with people from the shows and movies, this is really cool. But you can only do it on one character. This is not an account-wide unlock. And I think if they just made that adjustment, that would really help the overall value proposition of the whole bundle. In terms of the weapons, they're obviously reskins. I think they look kind of cool. But again, I'm mostly in space. I do some ground. But how often are you really looking at this stuff? I don't think they're a new class of weapon. They just, look different. So again, it's just a little underwhelming for me. As for the ship, I think the ship looks really cool. I like the overall, reskin that they did for it. And I also like the fact that it unlocks all of the other skins and consoles and all of that. I really like the way that all of these ships look. If I were to pick up this bundle, I could kit bash the crap out of it and get something together that looks really, really good. In terms of the ship itself, I think it's good. It's a double spec of Intel. It's obviously a science ship, and I think I might have misspoke in my video saying it was 4.3, but it's not. It's a 4.2. For a legendary ship, I wish it would have been a 4.3. That might have pushed it over the top for me a bit if they did that, but they did not. So for me, I think there's other size ships in the game that are better. But it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad ship. And if you like this look and some of the unique stuff it comes with, I think they're cannons that instead of drawing from the weapons power, they draw from the auxiliary. So there's some kind of cool stuff that it has on it. So, I mean, this is really kind of right there on like the personal preference for me in terms of, that value proposition. I think the ship itself is good. The fact that it comes with all these unlocks and all the traits and all the consoles and weapons and stuff, I think it's a decent value. I just don't have a place for it in my fleet of ships, and that's why I did not buy it. Let me check the giveaway here. Okay, giveaway's closed. We'll pull that here in just a moment. So that's kind of just a brief overview. There's some more in-depth reviews that you guys can pull up. I go into a little bit more on the news announcement video that I did for it. Augmented Dictator, I think, has a pretty in-depth review on it as well. So if it's something you're considering, then I would definitely go and check that out. Stu2001, does it have a hangar bay? Yeah, one hangar bay. Yep. I would trade the hangar bay for another weapon slot in the back. Because I'd really like to see them do a little bit more with pets. They just seem to be pretty inconsequential all the time, regardless of the build. And it's really hard to build around, pets and carriers or flight deck carriers. So it'd be nice to see a little boost to that. So that is the latest bundle on PC, the Legendary Starfleet Captain's Bundle. I don't think it's a bad deal on the sale price. If you're considering getting it, then buy it now. Don't wait, because outside the sale price, I would not buy it. All right, let's go ahead and pull the winner for the first Trojan ship here. And we're going to do that in 3, 2, and 1. Trouble with Tribbles. You have won the giveaway. Please say something in chat for me. There you are. Awesome. If you wouldn't mind DMing me on Discord. If you don't have Discord, Twitter would be the next one. And after the stream, we will sort out getting you the ship. Short 72. By the way, can I ask a dumb question? If you run a Torp, do you still need a phaser to DPS the shields from? Yeah, so I would recommend, yes. So I mean, you can make, if you're in the tutorial phase that low and you're just only running torpedoes, I mean, it'll work. It'll just take longer. What I do on like the tutorial and the that lower level stuff is I go all beams and then I slot beam overload and I crank my weapons power all the way up. And for me, that just gets through stuff very, very quickly. But I wouldn't go more than one torpedo. And put that with a high yield or a spread. It's a lot funner with a torpedo, I think. So for me, like if I'm rolling a new character and I'm not just trying to power grind it, I want to play through, then I generally will have a torpedo, and then definitely the rest are all going to be beams for the most part. I know, like on the Klingon recruit, I went cannons just for funsies, but if you're just wanting to be as effective as possible, move through it, but and also still have fun, you can definitely throw a torpedo on there. But I would definitely have a beam array on the front and on the back. All right, let's move on to the next topic. So I know CasualSAB will have a video coming out hopefully today. I was hoping it would be out by the time the stream came out, and he's going to go into this in much more detail than I am, but I just want to mention it so you guys have an idea that this is happening, or potentially, well, it's happening, but anyways, you'll see what I'm talking about when we get into it here. So I'm just going to kind of touch on it a little bit, just because I think it's interesting. But basically, Alan also sent me a link to a Reddit write-up on it as well. So just make sure we give everybody credit here. This is not something I found, but it looks like there is a maybe potential that we could see some lockbox changes in STO. Maybe. So the backstory is, or what we're seeing is that Cryptic announced an overhaul on Neverwinter's lockbox systems. And so what he's saying here is it's likely or possible. A lot of things that we see from a mechanical standpoint, because they're on the same engines, we see moved over also to STO in some cases. So what they've done is they've added a system that shows your chances of getting particular items. Now, Neverwinter, their tooltip looks a little bit different, I think, from ours, but we'll take a look at the example here in a moment. This would be excellent. This would restore my, I don't want to say faith, but I'm not one of those people that are against the gambling stuff, right? I understand some people have problems, with gambling and things like that, but some people, all of us have problems with something, right? We all have, have our issues. We're human beings. And I understand that some people have a hard time controlling themselves, and I'm not, diminishing that. But I don't think that means that we can't have those kinds of things available to us because some people have problems. And you can make a million different, examples of other things, to illustrate the same thing. What I don't like, though, is, and the reason I don't open boxes is because if I were to go buy, $50 worth of keys and open boxes, and I don't get a ship, I feel like I threw $50 away, right? And yeah, I know you get the Lobi and all those things, but let's face it, unless you need that extra 10 Lobi to buy something from the Lobi store and you go buy 3 keys to get it. Other than that scenario, we all use the excuse like, well, I really only open them for Lobi and those kinds of things. We're all wishing we got a ship though, right? And so the problem, and the reason I stopped doing that is because I don't know what is that cost benefit analysis of me spending $50 or however much it is, so if I spend $50, but my chances are 1 in 500, then to me that 50, only spending $50, my chances of getting a ship are so low, I'm most likely throwing away my $50. So even if those chances are, really, really low for certain things, at least we know, right? So they might not change anything in terms of whether or not I buy, keys to get ships if I go and look and see that it's so high. But at least if they move to a system that's more transparent on that, to me, that's my only, I don't want to say moral, but that's my only, real problem, ethical kind of standpoint. Most other games that I play have drop rates, pity points, so at a certain number, you are basically guaranteed to get a ship, like warships, for instance. Some of their boxes can be quite expensive, but it'll say right on there, if you buy 20, you will at least get 1 ship. And you might get more. You might get one on the first one you open. So I know right away, if I really want one of these special ships out of here, worst case scenario, I'm going to have to spend X amount of money. And that might happen. I might get what I want cheaper because it is, a gamble. Or I might get what I want and, at the, let's say 20 of them. Or maybe I'll just buy 20 to make sure, and I might end up with 2 different ships, right? So you can make that value proposition when you have those odds available to you. And the way that Sto has that set up is that that's not available. So that, for me, is really the problem, is that, and then you'll have people that do have a problem with gambling, or maybe they're new and they don't understand. And so they think, okay, I really want this promo ship or whatever it is. And, they spend $100 thinking, at $100, I'm definitely, should be able to get it. And they don't, I think most lockboxes, most of the testing I've seen, it takes about, an average of about 200 in order to get a lockbox ship. So let's take a look at the blog here. And again, their tooltip looks a little bit different from ours. So they're basically launching a new lockbox on their, on the 16th. It's the Dark Omen is going to appear on that date. And so in the first bit here, they described that we're going to see something different. No, not were, but people that played Neverwinter. The first thing you will notice that the odds are now displayed, and then it shows the example below here. So we can see the items that are available. And again, when you hover over a lockbox, I don't think it gives us a list of this, especially on Infinity boxes, because there's so much stuff in it. But I'm hoping we see some sort of a system in here, even if they just told us, kind of the top items, a ship or, a tier 5 ship or whatever it may be. But here they're showing us the drop rates of all the different items that are in the Neverwinter lockbox. It seems like something small, but I really think that's a big deal to display this stuff. What do you guys think? I mean, if they go and do this, would this make you more apt to buy keys and open boxes? Or, I mean, how do you feel about this? I mean, I understand there's some people that just hate lockboxes, and I get it, but it unfortunately, it's really kind of the standard in a lot of these, free to play, free access games that, need to be able to monetize. Crusher, how's it going, man? Some ways it's better to wait for the MUDs bundles. Yeah, I agree with that as well, right? The fact that they've that they've added a lot of these things into the MUDs, because if I went and, I wanted a ship, maybe it's not a brand new ship, right? It's one that's been out for a while. I buy, $100 worth of keys and open boxes, and then, a month later, it gets added to a MUDs bundle for $150, and I could have got 2 other ships with that, and they're all account unlocked. I'm feeling pretty bad, And really what I'm seeing with all the different things, so all the different stores, MUDs, C-Store, lockboxes, events, Phoenix, all of that kind of thing, I'm really starting to believe that there's just not enough stuff available, good stuff available in the game to be able to put into all those different places, right? Because it would be nice if you open boxes and there was a lot of other really good things you could get, or costume pieces, or whatever it may be. And so I'll hear that a lot, well, if they just added more stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, well, what more stuff? If they started adding like ship consoles, from ships from the C-store or something, I don't know what the answer is, but I just feel like there's so many different, means of, getting prizes or buying things that there's really not enough stuff to go around in all of those to make all of them, worthwhile. It'd be cool if they adjusted the odds to get something as, okay, it takes the amount to open and maybe after so many guaranteed. Yeah, so they refer to that as a pity point system, or there's another name for it. From what I understand, that is something that is built in. From what I understand, I can't confirm that, but that's what I've read and heard from multiple people. They obviously don't tell us what the odds are to begin with, or the odds of that. But from what I understand, after you open so many, your chances do go up. And I believe that's true with pretty much all the boxes you open, even the Phoenix Pack boxes. All things track them all for transparency in the game. Yeah, and really, for me, that's the bottom line, right? I might not like what I see, but at least I know, right? I know what the truth is, what it is, and I can deal with that. I might say, hey, I'm not going to buy the stuff, but I'm not mad, because I know going in. I mean, I might be mad. I can't afford to buy the stuff, so I can buy it, or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? At least you're not operating in the dark, because I think that's where people really start to feel like, man, I got screwed doing all of this, and it's because their expectations of whether or not they could or couldn't win were based on nothing. It's based on, either what they've just heard randomly or just what they made up for themselves, right? I mean, because there's nothing else to go off of. Most streamers are saying it's like 300 boxes before a chance goes up, okay? Yeah, so if they give us odds for particular items, just their drop rates, and they give us some odds for, that pity point system, or add a hard cap. If you buy 100 boxes, you're guaranteed to get a ship, or 200 boxes, or whatever. Because then I can look at a ship and say, is it worth $200 to me? And if not, is, all of the Lobi worth that $200 and all the other gear, right? So I can make that value proposition to myself of whether or not that makes sense if I want to gamble and risk that amount of money. In my opinion, they should throw out the Tier 5 Infinity ships and either increase the chances of the Tier 6. Yeah, and what sucks about those Tier 5s, and I wish I would have been reading the blog post when they made the last change, but as they, like, for instance, the Ferengi one that was in it, it was a T5U. It's kind of like the Hirogen one that we gave away earlier, and in fact, I'm going to go ahead and start another giveaway for that one as well. So, they're Tier 5 with the U upgrade, which is actually really nice, especially if you're a new player and you know about that. You can get them really cheap, 3-4 million at the maximum. And so, but anytime they take a ship or one of those ships and update it to a Tier 6 version, they pull that out of the box. So as of right now, your statement of they should just get rid of it is probably, even more true now than it ever has been, because all the ships that are in there are all Tier 5 or less, and there's only one ship that has the free upgrade that comes with it. And obviously none of them have specializations and stuff. So there are some other use cases I talked about in some of the videos I've done, like, Admiralty cards. The Terran ones are pretty good for. The Terran ones also unlock skins for all the other variants of those ships, which is kind of cool. And, every now and then, like I've done, like I was in a fleet years back where they said you had to use one of those ships. It was PvP event that they did, which was cool. But they set all these guidelines. So it had to be one of those Tier 5 ships, no lockbox items at all. You had to submit your builds. And, so there's different kind of use cases for them. But if we look at a Tier 5 ship and say, we want to take those boxes out because they're just not worthwhile, I mean, I'd rather have one of those Tier 5 boxes than, I don't know, mining claim. Well, not mining claims, but, XP boosts. I don't want an XP boost for my key I opened, or Mark's boost, pool. So, I mean, if we start down that path, and we say, okay, Tier 5 should be just pulled out, then we're going to have to say that about a lot of the stuff that's in there. Because let's face it, there's a lot of stuff that's in there that doesn't make me real excited when I get it. Some of it I delete it, kit module, packs and things like that, or, some of that stuff. It's just, so you know, it's one of those things. It's like there's so much potential, and there's so much they could do with, you know, go through and revamp those, you know, but as we know, they don't have the manpower, the resources, or any of that to do it, you know. So if they pull that stuff out, it's just less stuff in the box. So I don't know, man. Really what we're saying is the bottom line is that we want to see drop rates of ships, things we're after, be a little bit higher, right? K-Wolves, hello. I am directly responding and acknowledging you today, good sir. Be thankful as soon as get anything. But yeah. Yeah, make them just give them the free upgrade. That would be nice. Because those ships are good with the upgrade. I mean, they're tier 6 ships. If you X upgrade it, they're basically like Miracle Worker, you know, stock ships with you know, fleet version of the Miracle Worker with without specialization. You can do very, very well. I mean, we had what was it? MB, he set up a cannon scatter volley build on the what the hell is that ship called? It's the trash hauler one. You know, it's like the 3 spheres on top of each other, and it was one of those ships, and it was a supported run, but he did over 1 million DPS, you know, in one of these runs with it. Now I realize that's like crazy on the high end. He's really good and understands, you know, in terms of doing those things, but it shows you that top end potential of some of those ships if they were just tier 5 U's, you know. Malon, that's right. Thank you, Raylight. So I think there's probably, you know, there's probably a lot of things they could do to those. And again, I don't know what goes in the back end. Sometimes I'll look at stuff, I'm like, well, that's easy. You just add a U to it. But I don't know what that takes and what are the implications of it and blah, 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 right? But it would be cool if they'd go through some of that, look at, okay, what are the easy things we could just do to make all this other stuff more valuable, so that, you know, when we do go through and I, you know, if I spend $100 on keys and don't get a ship, I still feel like I got my money's worth at least. It wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I still got my money's worth, right? 1.1 mil DPS. Okay, yeah, it was crazy. Let's start another giveaway. We're going to do another Hirogen Hunter. I'm going to do I got quite a few of those, and they were mailed to me in game, and I'm going to check to see who sent those to me so I can make sure that I thank them properly. It might have been Crusher, but I don't think so, but I'll double check. Crusher sends a lot of stuff for giveaways. Where's the button I'm looking for? That's right in front of my face. Okay. Okay, we're going to complete that one. And then I can just rerun it here. Sweet. That's so nice. All right. So another 5 minutes on that. Once that one is done, we will start the giveaway for the gift cards. And then why don't we'll do a Borg TFO or two just to check out the new skins that they did. And then that'll wrap it up for me today. Yeah, so I hope that this comes in some shape or form to STO, because it would be huge. I think it would really help restore some of the confidence where there's been a lot of criticism. You know, because you look at like Goss STO, like if you look at some of his videos, it sounds like, you know, it sounds toxic or mean or whatever, but it's really not. And I find myself like agreeing with a lot of what he says. And it's not that he's pooping on the game, or even, you know, the people like Kale and Bordicus, like they're working as hard as they can to keep this game going and making it as best as possible. He's talking about, you know, the upper level, the company that owns the game that pushes it, you know, that they don't care about Star Trek or anything else. They care about, you know, having a product that people want to play, you know, and making the most money they can. So it's as little as they can put into it and as much as they can get out of it. And, you know, and that's just the nature of it. So I know sometimes, you know, if you watch his videos, they, you know, some people come away like, oh, he hates the game. Why does he even play it? That's not what he's saying. You know, he loves the game and he wants it to be better. And I look at it as, most of it is, very good constructive criticism, and I never, come away from one of his videos thinking, man, this game's a ripoff, I'm not going to play it, because that's not the point. The point is that there are things on the upper levels that Kale and these guys have no control over that could be, just a different decision being made that would be a lot more conducive to, the way people feel, and, and really just be better deals in general. So anyways, let me grab a drink real quick while this raffle is going, and then we'll pull that when I get back, and we will start the giveaway for the gift cards for console, and we'll go ahead and run those Borg TFOs. So I'll be back in just a few moments, guys. All right, let me turn that music back down, and let's go ahead and pick a winner. Dodgy, I think that would be a good idea. I have seen that suggestion, and if that would be something else that bringing more value to even say Lockboxes is that I don't see them having the the resources or anything like that to create a whole ton of new valuable stuff to be able to give us in those. But if you could say get a trait from a ship, a C-store ship, or a console from a C-store ship or promo ship or whatever, or a weapon or something like that, something that's really special like that, that would massively increase, because when I'm opening boxes, I'm looking for a ship. When I'm opening boxes on SOTOR, I'm getting, 4 things, and there's just so much cool stuff. Now, I know it's kind of a different thing because it's not performance-based, it's all vanity, but there's just so much, and it could be a a full set of armor. It could be a weapon. It could be, you know, it could be all this really cool stuff, you know. And there's other games, you know, where like Destiny, where you could end up with a drop from a particular piece of armor. And that's kind of a totally different thing because it's from their engrams, but it's a similar kind of a system. I think if they, you know, drawed from some of those other things that are just exclusively tied to ships, that would bring that up. Or, you know, if they added in just to buy, you know, or shoot, make anything in the C store available in a box to drop. Even if the rate is, you know, still high, it just increases, you know, that potential variety of stuff. All right, let's go ahead and pull the winner for the next Rojan Hunter Escort. King Pooh, you have some good luck. I think you won one a couple weeks back. In fact, I have a Discord message sitting there from you from earlier. King Pooh, if you are here, please say something in chat. You have won a Rojan Hunter Escort, and I believe you have some weapons that will be coming with that from the last giveaway. There he is. Congratulations, man. All right, let's jump into game. I do want to check something here. There's this guy. Let me see. He was listed as going live, and it's not exactly, you know, something that we all would normally watch. It doesn't look like he went live, but he's the only one that showed up on my redirects, which is kind of the equivalent to a raid. And so I wanted to, you know, raid him at the end because it's the only time I've ever seen anybody listed in that option, but it doesn't look like he actually went live. So anyways, let me get this other giveaway going, and then we'll go ahead and run a couple of these TFOs. King Pooh, you are most welcome. Okay, let's complete that one. Console gift card. Okay, I'm going to change the time on that. Edit. So time is it now? So we should be able to get through a couple TFOs here. So I'm going to make that a 10 minutes. All right, so again, this is going to be a giveaway for a $30 gift card for console, either one, Xbox or PlayStation Network. So I wanted to do something that was enough for you to be able to at least get a C-Store ship. So let's go ahead and get that started. Sarcasm, what's up, man? You have to pull up the specific stream. Yeah, so it when I set up the stream today, just for, you know, shits and giggles, I went to that redirect and I clicked on, you know, the search side, and for the first time it had somebody listed there. It was an upcoming stream. It was supposed to start at, I think, noon is what he had it listed. So I was like, okay, well that should work out, because if he streams longer than I do, it'll overlap. But it Cables, how did your message get rejected? But I don't see that he's live or not. So anyways, he's selected. We'll just see what happens at the end of it. I have a feeling that system's not fully fleshed out, and that's why we're having so many problems with it. All right, starting the raffle right now. So this is 10 minutes, exclamation point raffle. If you already entered it, Danny, enter it again. If you're on console and you want to get in once the bot comes up. There it is. All right, so go ahead and enter it on in. Oh, you deleted it. I gotcha. I gotcha. Let me turn off my speakers. They've been on the whole time. All right, so we got a fleet around us here, and I'm just going to grab some random people. We're going to do an ISA, okay? Oh, I need to turn my UI on. So I'm just going to randomize, pick stuff here. I'll take some science. And then we'll do another one after this, guys, and I'll pick a different set of people for the next one. We wait for invites to be received. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got a full team, and let's take the Boomer reminder picture here. Okay. So we got that. All right. Oh, my eye hurts. I went with skipping the green screen today. It just, when I use the chrono, whatever it is, the filter for the green screen, it really hurts the clarity of like the camera on me. And so I just wanted to try something different. What do you guys think of just lights in the back? It's a disaster back there. So you turn the lights off and then you put on the LEDs and it just lights up anything that's white, you know, so it just kind of hides it all. I forgot why I brought that up, but anyways. All right, let's go ahead and run this thing so we can get another one in. Chroma key. Yes, thank you. All right, here we go. Looks good. Thank you, Jamie. Shorts, hey, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate you. Have a good day. I've been working on cleaning up the area. My whole setup is set up in my garage, and the garage we've always kind of used as kind of a common room. We've never really parked in it, and but it ends up getting just kind of full of stuff, you know. So I've been working on yesterday, and once I get done streaming and I eat something, I am going to go back to working on that, try and get it a little bit nicer looking. Kitten Claus, how you doing? I never fix my batteries on this ship, so let's see. I'm going to put batteries on, and we'll see if they stay when we come out. At least it keeps one, so it doesn't mess up your loadout. I cannot hear the game in my ear at all. Looks like the stream can hear the game. I cannot hear the game in my ear whatsoever. I was helping Rob with some of his sound stuff last night, or trying to, and I was messing with mine some to get a better idea of what was happening, but I think I screwed it up. Oh, facing the wrong way. All right, let me move around here. We were supposed to be looking at the new skin, so I'm just going to kind of fly around it for a second. We got a lot of magic happening on it, but the skin that they update they did it looks really good. Looks better like that though, huh? GG's, good run, guys. I love the cloak on this ship. It's that little blue animation looks good. Yeah, Rob's sound is all jacked up. I was looking at the video about the Clark multi-mission ship. I just bought it. I took it out on my first real mission for Starfleet, and it totally rocks. It's a good ship. All right, we're gonna pick a second group of people. Let's grab us an inquiry. And we got 4 minutes left, guys, on the giveaway. Let me check my list. And guys, if you're sending me messages in game, I will look at those. I just will not look at them live because you just never know what's gonna show up in there or in my pictures. Not that any of you would send anything inappropriate, but all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we got no repeat, so that is a new team. Perfect. All right. DPRM is console considered must-have console, but how is... it's a decent ship. You can do a good beam overload or cannon scatter volley on it. It is not a bad ship. You could fly it, have a lot of fun, and do very well with it. And if you decide to go super high end, the DPRM, I still use it on particular builds, but I don't use it on everything, even on my free to play. I don't want to say it's overrated because the stats on the console are excellent, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like I remember, like when I was after it, I'm like, I gotta have it, and I got it, and I put it on. I didn't notice a big difference, and it's not. It was more so because I wasn't, synergizing it, clicking it, along with other things to really maximize it and stuff. But it is considered to be the best console in the game, and I think that's true, if you, tooltip spec wise for sure. The ship that it comes on, though, I think is a good ship. It's not like the best in the game or anything like that, but I mean, it's definitely not one of those ones where you're like, I can't do anything with it. There's a lot of options. I like the way the ship looks personally. It's a decent ship. Knock around, that would be a bummer. Kittimer Vortex. All right, here we go. And we have 1 minute left, guys, on the giveaway. So if you want in on that, make sure you do so now. All right, here we go. This has a long prep phase, so we'll get a good look at the board cube. Yeah, General Washington, that really kind of sums it up. It is not a bad ship. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I could use a reskin. Especially with what they've been redoing and the new stuff. I mean, the stuff looks good. I mean, like this Janeway class looks great. The new California class looks excellent. All the reskin stuff that they're doing, it just looks so good. They don't got to go crazy, right? Just give it a little bit of an upgrade on some of the textures on it. I remember the prep phase on this mission, or TFO, used to be really short, and so we were all like, make it longer, and then they made it like crazy long. Just want a good trait / console, but not throw away the ship. Yeah, you can fly that ship, especially if you don't have tons of ships. So I mean, if it's you're limited on it, it's not where you just pull it off and it's not worth using. You can build good, put a good build on it and do very well with that ship. Did I put this on normal? I didn't see a cube come in. I must have. That's all right. Like that slide, the Janeway, man, it's a drifter. Come on, fly fluid. There we go. haven't flown this ship in a few months. I miss it. It's a good ship. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't die. Don't die. Dying is bad, but it happens. Really don't know what to get from the event campaign. Just want the Inquiry or one of the Donnie ships. Yeah, both good choices. The Inquiry's a good ship. So are all the Donnies. Even if they weren't, I'd still want one because they look so good. Did it make us kill all those first? That's kind of weird. So, one day I went out looking for, you know, Trizander likes to fly around and find good places to take pictures. You can get around, this map's actually huge. You can kind of get around the backside of this planet, and it looks really cool back here. I mean, if you're into that kind of stuff. But you can get up to the rings and everything. Get a little bit of a sun flare coming off it. Get up a little bit higher. If you get all the way around the dark side here, the kind of Borg city lights look really good. Anyways, I'm always looking for places where you can take cool pictures, you know. It's one of those things. Back here is kind of cool. I never realized, I never had a reason to realize that you can go all the way around the back of this mountain. If we move closer. Anyways, you know, it's one of those things. You're either into it or you're not. I think most of us like the way it looks and grabbing the pictures. Kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and see where we're at. So the giveaway is up, so we're going to go ahead and pull that. I'll just hang here. Actually, oops. I can find the right buttons to press. A little too green. Well, hey, it's a Borg planet, man. But I agree, it's not like those soft, you know, sun kind of colors that on some of the maps just look freaking amazing. All right. A nice little fleet here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the giveaway. So this is for the $30 gift card. If you are the winner, you'll need to speak up in chat. And then you'll also need to be prepared to DM me either on Twitter or preferably Discord is kind of the easiest, and we'll work out the details for getting you the gift card code. Links for all of that are down in the description. All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Arthur Morgan. Arthur Morgan, are you here? If you are, please say something in chat. Solar, your mom said so? What did I miss? I'm always a winner. You are a winner, buddy. I got a trophy for you just for being here. Arthur, please speak up in chat. I will give you 2 minutes to say something, and then I will have to redraw that. Hey Siri, set alarm for 2 minutes. OPBO? Overpowered beam overload? So like that. Rob, you're here? Good. Wizard Girly, how you doing? Arthur, are you here? It was only a 10-minute giveaway. You might have maybe a little bit of a delay, so that's why I'm doing the extra 2 minutes here. And then we will redraw. You want a new tactical nanny. Dwayne, how's it going? Good to see you, man. What makes your Janeway nacelle Trell so... So on the... For the nacelles, I have a... I think it is the... yeah, it's the Aegis engine I'm using as the vanity. So this is a craftable engine, or you can get it off the exchange. So it's an actual engine you can slot, but you can also slot it in the vanity. And that's what gives that blue trail coming behind it. Arthur, last call. Last call for Arthur. Okay, there it is. I feel bad when this happens, but I don't know what else to do. Arthur, Arthur, Arthur. All right, here we go. We are pulling the next potential winner in 3, 2, and 1. Astrono, I just saw you here, so I know you're here. Astrono, please say something in chat. And we'll give him a couple minutes. I know I just saw him say something, so I know he's here. Might be a little bit of a extra delay. There it is. There he is. Haven't been on your console in a while? Well, you're going to use it on there now, right? If you're not going to use it, we can redraw, but that is up to you. Probably best someone else gets it. Let me get a confirmation from you on that before I go ahead and redraw it. If you want me to redraw it, just please confirm that before I do. And don't feel pressured, because you won fair and square. Go ahead and redraw. All right. That is nice of you. We're going to go ahead and pull another winner now. Jess Roop. Jess Roop. Are you here? Jess, are you in chat? Please speak up now. Make sure, guys, too, on YouTube, let me go to a live stream here, because this is something that happens to me quite a bit. Let me see, channel.
We're Closet
Yeah, let's mute that.
Factory.
Jess, are you there? Jess Roop. So when you're watching a live stream on YouTube, there's a button right here. It says live. Sometimes, like, there's already about a 10-second to 15-second delay just for me, even if you're up to date. But let's say you paused it for a second. On Twitch, when you unpause it, it would bring you right back to live, right? But on YouTube, it'll start you up wherever you left off, and so you're no longer live here. This can also just happen if you get a little bit of a hiccup on the incoming internet. That'll build up over time. It's more prevalent on longer streams, but every now and then you just want to check and hit this live button, and it'll bring you back up to live. Excuse me. Jess Roop, are you there? Yeah, you poop, you lose. That's this, as the saying goes, right? You know, Augie, it really bothers me that it serves me ads on my own videos. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it's still irritating. All right, last call for Jess. And we're going to do a 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to pick another winner. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Next winner. Wizard Girly. I just saw you here. Wizard Girly, say something in chat, please. You have won the $30 giveaway. There she is. Redraw, please. All right. You guys. I think everyone's trolling me. Is that what's happening? No, it's all good. Okay, Wizard Girly, I will go ahead and redraw. Okay, here goes the next winner. Stuart Price. It's a good name. Spelled right, too. Stuart Price, are you here? Stuart Price. No stews can win. You know, for a split second, I was like, did it just draw me? Get off me, bug. Stuart Price, are you here? All right, we're going to give you one more minute, and then we're going to redraw. I feel like this happened on, I think it was the Inquiry giveaway. I only set the timers for a maximum of like 10 minutes normally as well. Stuart Price. Okay. Here goes the next winner. Stuart Price, I am sorry, but we are going to move on. 3, 2, and 1. Stefan Gill. Stefan Gill, please be here. Is it Stefan or Steven? Stefan, there he is. Yes. Yes. I'm so hungry. Thank you. All right, my man. Send me a message, please, in Discord. If you are not or don't use Discord, you can also reach me via Twitter. Links for both are down in the description. I prefer Discord. But if you don't have that, some people just don't use it or don't have it, you can also reach me on Twitter, and I'll go ahead and arrange getting you the gift card of your choosing for either Xbox or PlayStation Network. Also, just another reminder that we have a giveaway going for the... sorry, I'm squirreling here. Complete So that's saved. For the California class, that'll be drawn next week. So if you haven't got in on that, do so. Just hit up the link down in the description. It's in the Discord server. Go to Giveaways tab and click this button right here. Okay, guys, you match the icon. So all of these, I think they're just trolling. Well, that's good though. Look at nice. I like that. Very creative. You guys blow me away. Anyways, but if you're interested in getting the California class on PC, that giveaway is available for you to get in on. All right, what else? Yeah, there's a lot of entries on that one, Martin. I think that's probably the highest one I've had so far for entries. The inquiry got quite a few entries on it as well. Yeah, I tell you what, guys, let's do one more thing. Let's everybody, and I'm going to wait to queue, so just give me a second here. Why doesn't everybody queue up for a Crystalline Catastrophe Advanced? Okay, put it on Advanced. Okay, like this. Anybody that wants to go, queue up for Crystalline Catastrophe Advanced. I'm going to wait like 10 seconds before I click it so I can make sure you guys hear that on stream before I click it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to click it. And let's see how many of us warp out. So this one takes 10 of us, which is kind of cool. There's also, I think it's called, is it Starbase Defense? It's a 20-man TFO. Maybe next week we'll try and coordinate doing 1 or 2 of those. It's one of those ones that, like, up until last year, I didn't even know it existed, that there was a 20-man TFO in the game, but it's there, and if we can get enough people together to do it, I'm sure at some point they'll probably remove it because it's old, but that'd be cool if we could get in and do one. Let's do it. There we go. A few of us warped out. Give me just a second. Stefan, let me finish this one up here. I have you highlighted, and then I'll get back to you. Oop, that's some bad driving, huh? Oh my god. What killed me? Heavy plasma torpedo. I'll say it once. I nicked myself. I'm running REA, so basically my tractor beam fires off a heavy plasma torpedo, and if you're too close, when it explodes, it'll kill you. And that is what happened. Ooh, all right. That's a fun one. GG's, good run, guys. Oh, sorry about that. All right, let me check something here. Stefan, do you use Discord? if you do, there's a link to our Discord server down in the description. Not the fleet one, but you can use like the one for the giveaway in the Discord. That'll take you to the server. And then if you join the server, you'll see me listed over on the right, and you can just right-click on me and DM. Or if you're on Twitter, you can just do it through there too, and then we can get hooked up. I'm in your Discord. Yes. Okay. Then just type in any of them, just at MCStu, and then just say hey or whatever, and then I'll see it and I'll send you a message. In fact, here, let me look now since we have you now. Yeah, maybe you might be in the fleet one. Here, I'm going to post just in chat, and this is for anybody that wants to join the server as well. I'll post the link for the server. No limit. Generate link. Copy link. All right, so there is the that's the link for the Discord server. So just join that and ping me on the server there, and then we'll coordinate getting you the gift card. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. I am starving, and I got some chores to do. I hope everybody has a great rest of your Sunday, or if you're Nick in Australia, Monday. And Wizard Girly would say, why are there Stefan Gill who wins and Stefan G talking in here? Yeah, so I have a process for confirming who's who. I won't go into the specific details on that, but in chat, it's hard for me to, make sure, are they the same people? And I have no way of knowing whether or not someone is the same person. Well, right off the top, I don't have a way of knowing if the same person that contacts me on Discord, because they could change their name there or in game. So there's actually a verification process that I use to make sure people are who they say they are, and it works very, very well. So if you want any of the giveaways today, please go ahead and DM me in Discord or DM me on Twitter. And we'll go ahead and do the verification process with everybody. We do it for everybody every time just to make sure things are fair, and we'll get you guys set up. I will be going to eat right after, so just DM me, and then I'll be back on in a little bit, and I'll respond to you, and we'll get everything worked out for you guys, okay? All right. That does it for me, guys. I appreciate all of you very much. If you enjoyed the stream and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. That helps me out quite a bit. Hit the thumbs up button. That would be awesome as well. And until next time, guys, have a good one. Appreciate you. (1701), have a good one, man. Augie, have a good one. Appreciate you. Ray, 07s. MC Wolfcat, have a good one, man. Trouble with Tribbles, appreciate you. Jamie, thanks for being here. Super appreciate you. Have a good one. Papa Golf, 07. 07s, the plural, right? Yeah. Sarcasm, have a good one, man. Rob, K-Wolves, thank you, mods. Sarcasm's mod as well. Make sure you're included. Darthan, have a good one, man. Dwayne, good to see you as always. Rebecca, appreciate you. Dan Sag, have a good one. Appreciate all you guys. Everyone, have a good one. Solar, I hate you. Just joking. You're the best. Sean Connery. All right, guys, that's it. Have a good one.